Well, today we are going to see a computer system. Last time we have seen some introduction of information communication technology. Computer system is an interrelated components come together to achieve one goal. So computer system as a general made up of computer hardware and computer software. Computer computer hardware refers to a physical component or which is a real thing, something you can reach out and touch. Is a physical component of computers. Is equipment used to perform the necessary computations. This is also maybe machineries, wires, transistors, and circuit and so forth. So computer system hardware is simply the physical phenomena or activities of computers. So computer hardware generally divided into main four parts: input device, output device, storage device. And also we can classify computer hardware into components that directly connected to the motherboard, and as well as components or parts of computer which is indirectly or using peripheral devices to connect the motherboard. Input device is through which data or information from the outside world come into the computer system or to provide data and control signals to information processing system such as computer or other information appliance. Input device translates data from that human understand to one that the computer can work with. Most common are like keyboard, mouse, joystick, like a scanner, light pen, graphic tables, webcam, digital camera, touch screen, microphone, joystick are some example of input devices. The other is central processing unit or CPU. Central processing unit is specially responsible for all functions and process or control over all performance of the computer or computer. CPU is from the simplest thing to the complex thing. Nothing is done inside the computer without processor. The processor has three parts: fetching, decoding, and executing. This whole thing has been done using three parts: arithmetic logic unit, control unit, and register. Arithmetic logic unit especially laser or logic things. So any arithmetic or mathematical system is all about done by using arithmetic logic unit. Control unit is to control over all performance of computer or supervise, or just like a police to keep the things that is gone well. Register especially store data that is to be executed or next informations or waiting lists for the processor to do what's next are going to be done. The other is memory. Memory can be classified into primary memory and secondary storages. The primary storage devices mostly there are two primary storages: random access memory. Random access memory is a schema within the computer system responsible for storing data on temporary basis. It is volatile. If the power is off, the data will be lost. That can be promptly accessed by the processor as and when needed. Most of the times the processor uses to store instructions and the data, and also anything that computer processor Fetching, decoding, and executing is mostly on the RAM. You can access any memory cell directly if you know the row and the columns that intersect at that cell. So the computer uses different buses: control bus, address bus, and data bus to fetch from RAM as well as execute and so forth. The other is read-only memory. Read-only memory is a permanent form of storage. Store active regardless of whether the power supply to it is turned on or off. Nothing is changed. ROM devices do not allow data stored on them to be modified because already from the manufacturer the information is mounted during that time. So all information about the components, about all about that computers that manufacturer uses to just display it, or even when power is on, the post or power itself test can just start from that ROM. And the ROM is especially not power dependent or not volatile because there is a CMOS battery which can retain the contents of the informations. The other is secondary storage device. Secondary storage device especially to store permanently. It is retained after the power is turned on. Secondary storage device especially to consistently or retain information for further processing using like magnetic disk by magnetizing and demagnetizing, optical storage using laser beam, flash memory for using the 0 and 1s optically, especially by burning. So these are the secondary storage devices. After we work on the RAM, we can just move our data or information to retain for further processing or to keep our data permanently. The other is outputs unit. This is any piece of computer hardware equipment used to communicate the result of data processing carried out by information processing system. Or output is simply through which human machine understandable to human understandable, or through which information is displayed for end users, or convert the electronically generated information into human readable forms. Output device is one of the very important. There are lots of output devices like CRT, computer, cathode ray tube, TFT monitor, laser printer, inkjet, speakers, multimedia, plotters, and also lead technology, CRT, LCD liquid crystal display. All are the monitor can be LCD projection panels. If the information is presented in the form of a soft copy, we can use this, and also if you want to in the form of hard copy, we can output device is a printer, a computer output microfilm, and the plotters to print, A2, A3 projectors to display, which is the other is printer. Printer is one of the output devices of transfer data from the computers onto paper. There are impact and non-impact printers. Impact printer, especially old printers where characters and the paper directly strike or by striking on the paper. Non-impact printer is using heat to generate the characters on the paper formats. The other is computer software. Software is a set of instructions that control or order or hold us, or just the how to do, what to do, when to do. Everything is ordered or decided by the software we load on our computers, because each instruction is in the format of consists with a predefined set of rules. A computer processes data under the direction or instruction of program. There is also instruction to input, process, store, and out. As the user's distinct from the creator has no need to be aware of the detail of its construction, because the software is an abstraction which cannot seen, which cannot be touched, but order the hardware or anything that done electronically inside the computers. The user only interested in the service that the program is able to provide. So software is generic term for organized collection of computer data and instructions, often broken into major categories: system software and application software. System software is coordinates the activities in order to work with our application programs. This system software control operation of computer hardware, support application programs, problem solving capabilities. There are some types of system softwares: operating system, set of programs that control the computer hardware and act as an interface with application programs. This operating system is can be single user, multi-user, single task, and multi-user multitasking. So these are different operating system graphic user interface, which can be easily visualizing things. The other operating system is like command line interface, which only accept commands and generates relevant informations. The other is language software. Language software is a set of keyword or symbol systems of rule constructing statements by which human can communicate instruction to be executed by computers. There are different language have different characteristics. So according to the programming language, we can generate different instructions. So based on that, the computer will generate or the syntax. There are two: syntax and semantic. Different programming language uses different syntax. Syntax in general set of rules associated with that programming language. In programming language, we have first generation programming language which only understand 0 and 1, so what we call it machine language. The other is second generation assembly language or low level symbol language, which uses mnemonics coded using letters and numbers. An assembly language instruction translated into machine language instructions. The third generation is high-level symbolic language. This is instruction generate multiple machine language instructions. This high-level language uses interpreters. Compiler and interpreter are specially used to convert into machine language. The fourth generation language programming language is non-procedural language, that what, not how. And also utility program. One of the system software is utility program. This is specially used for analyzing our system, maintaining, configuring and optimizing the computers, like antivirus, file manager, backup, and so forth. The other is the application software. Application software is software used for end users, or application software is a software for single tasking, solve particular programs that may consist of single programs such as imageware, small collection programs like software packages that work closely together to accomplish tasks such as spreadsheet or text processing system, or large collections related but independent program packages that have common user interface or share data formats such as Microsoft Office. Application software can be proprietary software, one-of-kind program-specific applications usually developed and owned by the single company, or off-the-shelf software, existing software program that is purchased or personal, serve the need of individual user, enable users to improve their personal effectiveness, and work group application to support teamwork, whether people in the same location or disappear around the world, or like groupware. Right, you have been installed on screen. It may also be very damaging. Erases everything on hard drive. It may activate on the certain date. Computer virus is an application program designed and written to destroy the other programs. A virus is a small piece of software that speaks back on real programs. Virus might attach itself to programs such as spreadsheet program, and it has chance to reproduce by attaching to other programs, like email virus. Travels as an attachment to email message, replicates itself by automatically mailing itself to dozens of people in the victim email address. Or Trojan horse, simply computer program to program claim to do one thing. It may claim to be a game, but instead does not damage when you are running it. And the worm is a small piece of software that uses computer network and the security holes to replicate. Our worm scans the network for another machine that has specific security holes. There are some tips to avoid virus. Lessen their impact: deleting mails from unknown or suspicious, untrustworthy, unreliable source, especially those with file attached to an email. Never open file attached to an email unless you know what it is, even if it appears to come from the friend. Download files from the internet only from legitimate and reputable sources. Update your antivirus software at least every 2 weeks, as over 200 viruses are discovered each month. Back up your files periodically. This is all about computer system. Thank you.